Our Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops. Great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutation to the elect scattered abroad. To you, Akim, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity while lifting the standard of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. To you all, we say shalom. All right, we in transit, okay, on the way to camp. All right, coming at you with a live lesson, man. All right, you can see the title, You Only Have I Known, okay? And the Lord is a racist because that's contrary to popular belief, man. You know, the world thinks that, the Lord loves everybody. He's for everybody. He died on the cross, for the sins of the whole entire world, man. All right, and that, like I said, that's a main misconception, a misunderstanding. Okay, we here to get it straight through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, shalom, the brother Isaiah Idaho.
Shalom.
All right. The brother got the definition of the word racist, man, because we shouldn't veer away from saying that the Lord is a racist, man. He only cares about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Those that descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, and it's not a color thing. Okay, that's another misconception of the world. It's not all about color, man. We showed you, all right, time after time. You got Israelites that look like everybody, man. I did a lesson not too long ago. All right, if you look at this woman, she would look like a so-called white woman, man. Blonde hair, blue eyes. You can even look at Drake's son. Okay, if Drake's son has a baby within a light-skinned woman or an Edomite woman, for that matter, okay, you definitely wouldn't be able to tell the identity of that child, man. But the point is, the lineage comes from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob because his father isn't, man. Okay, but without further ado, we're gonna grab that definition. Got it out?
Yep, gone. All right, and I actually went furthermore, and I found it in the Cambridge.
Cambridge Dictionary?
The Cambridge Dictionary.
Yep.
Okay, it says racist. It says someone who believes that their race makes them better.
There it is, man.
More intelligent, more moral,
yep,
etc. than people of other races, and who does or says unfair or harmful things as a result. Let me read that again.
Yep.
Racist.
Keep right. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Someone who believes that their race makes them better.
All right. And
there you go.
So like the Israelites are better, man.
Yes.
All right. We were told this.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go to Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, as a matter of fact, the brother.
We're gonna bite down on this definition.
Yeah. Get that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He gonna go ahead and get every time the scripture pop up on. Go ahead, bro. You got that.
Yep.
Salaki.
That's Deuteronomy 7:6.
Yep.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord your power. The Lord your power shall have chosen thee to be
meaning a specific people. God. All right. He didn't choose everybody. He didn't choose the whole entire world, man. You got it.
The Lord your power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Not just that part right there alone, above all people. That alone is contrary to what the world teaches, man. Okay, we're not hand in hand with the other nations. That's why the Lord said, learn not the ways of the heathen, man, because our ways is what set us apart from these different nations, man. Okay, that's what made us holy. That's what holy means. When you go into the word holy, that means separate, man. All right, so we separated from the rest of the world until Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So what we're doing, the things that we're doing, the things that we're eating, okay, everything in its entirety should reflect, the righteousness of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, you got it, bro.
God, coming from or
Nope, but
coming from or having the belief that people who belong to other races are not as good, which Deuteronomy just showed you that.
Yep.
It's a difference. Intelligent, and what makes us intelligent? The wisdom of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yep.
That's what puts us way above these other nations, man. Okay. Moral, okay, and we got morals to follow.
Yeah.
We got the law, statutes, commandments to follow.
Yeah.
These other nations do rampant things.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not moral, they're immoral.
Yeah. And if I can add to that, that's a beautiful point, man, because even the times before we came into this truth, deep down in your spirit, you know when something was off. You knew that was off to be homosexual.
Yeah.
You knew it was off to deal with another man's woman, man.
Yeah.
But us, being swindled by nigger culture,
Right.
okay, we still did it because it was the thing to do, man.
Yeah.
We didn't have that guidance. We didn't have that glorious light of Yahweh Shemi Shai, all right, that's shining upon us now. It wasn't shining upon us then, man.
Right.
All right, but still, the spirit was in us to have that morality, man. To have that understanding what was right from wrong, man.
And let me grab that real quick.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and finish this out. My bad.
You got it, bro.
The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number
Right.
from any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. Verse 8. But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would keep.
You good? Take your time, bro.
You got it, bro. You got
I got you.
line
Romans
it up.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Romans 2.
The brother lined it up on the comment board
Okay,
too.
Yeah, while you grabbing that, let me grab one real quick from the brother. He
Okay,
actually
go ahead.
had we read Deuteronomy 7, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He got 2nd Ezra for you. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 55.
Beautiful.
All this have I spoken to Isaiah, Idaho.
Yeah.
God.
Beautiful.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 5. All this have I spoken before thee,
Yeah.
O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
For our sakes.
Okay, let me hit this real quick. Isaiah, Idaho, Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 18. And the Lord Yahweh hath avouched thee this day. I would love to see that definition.
Yep.
To be his peculiar people, which I got. I think I got another scripture that talks about peculiar people too.
Deuteronomy 14.
Yep. As he hath promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments.
There it is.
Verse 19. And to make thee high above all nations, beautiful, which he hath made, and which the Lord still made them.
Yep.
So the Lord was still able to, it's his movie. You gonna tell the director, look, man, you got that wrong.
Yeah, you got that wrong.
No, man.
What you should be doing is loving everybody.
They should all be equal. No,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been the same from the beginning, man.
Yes.
The Lord declared the end from the beginning.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And all throughout the movie, he declared that he would only deal with Israel, man, as a nation of people.
Yep.
He have not so, and he will not deal so with any other nation, man.
Right.
All right. And as for his judgments, they don't understand them, man. That's why we were led into captivity. We paying for our transgressions, man. Okay, that's why we got the high blood pressure. You got Ling, okay. All these damn Chinese motherfuckers, they eat everything under the sun, and they healthy in the motherfucker, man. How come they don't lead in high blood pressure? You know, they eat diabetes and all that, man. And they eat, like I said, they eat green and shit, and they eat everything, man. You know. Everything under the sun, these niggas are eating, man.
Yeah.
You know, but it's because we made that covenant with the Lord, man, back in the times of Moses, Exodus 24:7. They said all that the Lord have said we will do. So that's when that oath was solidified, man. So therefore, we're paying for all of the transgressions, man, all of the offenses that we cause against Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. This is the result of that transgression, man.
Real quick, Isaiah, Idaho, the water, bro.
Yep.
And he has the definition of a vouch.
Yep.
Let me read that scripture again. Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 18. And the Lord Yahweh hath avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people. Let me stop right there. Avouch means affirm or assert.
Right.
Okay? Affirm or assert. Okay? And that when you take the end of that word firm, that means strong. You know what I'm saying? In place, unmovable, firm. I'm guessing that the definition we know it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that firm part,
Right.
When you hold on to something strong, you is firm, So it's sealed, Okay? Solidified. This day to be his peculiar people.
Yep.
Okay? As he has promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. Okay, and to make thee high above all nations which he hath made in praise and in name and in honor, and that thou mayest be an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power, as he hath spoken. Okay, got more on that, y'all?
That's what it's all about, man. Anytime, you had grabbed that 2nd Ezra 6:54.
He actually
Did
he
he
had
have the whole
55
thing?
on there. I go to the whole thing though.
Get that whole thing and grab that.
So like, you got more than that, bro?
No, I got Amos 3.
Okay, let me read this real quick. It's a crash ahead, bro.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, you see that on the GPS, it's a crash ahead, all right?
All right.
All right. Second Ezra chapter 6, we already read 55 and start from 54.
Yeah.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And also the people whom thou hast chosen. That's the
that's
you know, that's the hyphen. I mean the asterisk mark go right there, man. Okay, because you got them. I think that bug out that came to the camp last week. We're talking about we come from Adam.
Yeah.
You know, we come from Adam and those who thou hast chosen, man.
That's actually a good, that's a precept for, not because they are the children of, that's a precept for that.
That's the spirit. That's what I was thinking about. That Romans 9.
Yeah,
Romans 9 and 7.
Yep. Continuing on.
Uh-huh.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Yep.
As for the other people,
grab,
which also come of Adam,
Isaiah 50 and 14.
Thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
You got it, bro.
And now, O Lord Yahweh, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
they always been nobodies, man. Right. You know, they have never been above the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Their reputation have always been nothing, man.
God, watch how this tie in, bro.
Yeah.
Which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be Lord over us and to devour us. Now in Deuteronomy, the curses, the bad side of it, of Deuteronomy 28, right? It speaks about if you do not follow all these ways, okay, I'm going to send you against a people that thou, that thou never knows, that thou don't, what I'm saying? I'm roughly paraphrasing. Salaki, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It talks about him sending the people that we didn't know over us. We know them, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it says, have begun to be Lord over us. So that's how we know we the people.
Yeah.
Because who's Lord over us right now? Okay, a swift nation. I'm saying that came with the warlike mentality.
Yep. They didn't regard the old or the young.
Yeah. So that's Esau, man.
Yeah. And then if I could add, just like you said, man, we were sent, to these other nations, man. And
no man shall save thee.
No man shall save thee. And the curse where it says, they shall get above and thou shalt come low.
Right.
They shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail. That's going into them being lords over us, man. And these have rule with that sword, man.
Right.
Okay. Their unrighteous decrees. All of these things, man, they have taken the fruit of the land. All of the curses that were spoken about in Deuteronomy 28. We are seeing these things in these last days, man. So anybody that's questioning how y'all the people, how y'all talking about y'all the real JOO essence, man.
Right.
It's because of the curses, man. These devils over there in the land, they're not going through the curses, man. Okay. Their eye wasn't evil toward their brother and all of this. You had the Isaiah 50 and 14 to back that up. This is to solidify the Apocrypha, man. Because
40 and 15.
No, 40 and 15,
40 and 15. You got a lot of people who don't subscribe to the Apocrypha.
You got it,
I got it. That second Ezra 6 and 54, that came from Isaiah, man. You got it, bro.
Isaiah 40 and 15 says, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
And the Lord don't give a damn about you other nations, man.
And let them know what version that is, bro. That's the NLT.
Is that the KJV?
Yeah, that's got to be NLT because I'm here now. That's the KJV. Go ahead. You can finish. Salaki.
What version you got?
I got the NLT. I'm gonna read it after him.
God.
Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance.
A drop compared to a bucket, that ain't nothing, man.
Right.
That ain't nothing to trip about. You got it.
Behold, he have taken up the isles as a very little thing.
Yep.
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
All right, you got the point. That's good right there.
I got the NLT version, Isaiah 40:15.
Yep.
No, for all the nations of the world are but a drop in the bucket. They are nothing more than dust on the scales.
Yep.
Which have no weight. Okay, dust on the scale have no weight, man.
Yeah.
You know, carnally speaking in the world, you see Jay throw the shake on that scale. You're like, hell nah, nigga. Throw me a butt on there.
Yeah.
You know, just worldly speaking, right?
Yeah.
So we got to make it make sense. He picks up the whole earth as though it were a grain of sand.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back to the comment board real quick.
Yep.
You know, the brother got some. He got Isaiah. I'm gonna jump down to Isaiah, Idaho, Isaiah 63, verse 17. Oh Lord Yahweh, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways? Okay, and what's the ways? That's that stuff that set us apart, the law, statute, commandment.
Yep.
That's what made us a peculiar people.
Right.
Okay, there's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And harden our heart from thy fear. Return for thy servants, and who can only return?
Right.
Only Israel can return.
It said that thy what? Return thy what?
It says, return for thy servants.
And who are the servants? Give me Leviticus. Give me Leviticus 25 and 55.
Beautiful.
Okay, when you go to Isaiah 54 and 17, it tells us that no weapon formed against us shall prosper, and that this heritage was delivered unto the saints, man, unto the servants. Salakia. Okay, which are the same thing. You know, you go to Psalms 148 and 14, Psalms 50 and 5. You know, all of that, you know, alludes to the fact that it's talking about the Israelites, man. Okay, you got that, bro? Leviticus 25 and 55.
Let me continue reading this real quick.
You got it, bro.
All right. Err from thy ways and harden our heart from thy fear. Return for thy servant's sake the tribes of thine inheritance.
Yep.
Isaiah 63, verse 18. The people of thy, that's the same thing going on. Continue on. The people of thy holiness have possessed it, but a while. Our adversaries have trodden down the sanctuary, thy sanctuary.
Yep.
Verse 19 on that. We are thine, thou never bearest rule over them. They were not called by thy name. Yep. Let me jump over here.
Beautiful.
Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 58. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten. That made me think too now. We pretty much, you know, hey, we could be called the only, you know, also along with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
There's only we know what the difference is. But we wanted, you know, we the only begotten nation, you know.
Yep. That's why we call by his name, man. Yasharallah, Prince of the power, man.
Yeah. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. Verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we possess it not?
Right.
And I'm gonna read that again. Why do we not possess and inherit with the world? How long shall this endure? And that's the patience of the saints.
That's right.
Because we got the kingdom. We just gotta wait for the movie to finish out.
That's right.
Okay, this is Leviticus 25 and 55.
Yeah.
For unto me the children of Israel are servants. They are my servants.
They are my servants. My is possessive, man. So they're not just any servants. They're not just servants of the captivity that they're in. They're my servants, man. Servants of hope. Okay? Prisoners of hope. Prisoners of the promises that I have given to their fathers, man. Because these are the things that keep us bound to this truth, man. Okay, and we're willing participants to be prisoners of Yahweh Shai, man.
Say what Apostle Paul
yeah, Apostle Paul said it, man.
He said reasonable service.
Yep.
Okay. Unprofitable what service?
Yep.
Because this is our kingdom.
That's right.
We got to put the work in.
We got to, man.
It's not gonna fall in the law that the men have to fight for the kingdom. You know.
Right.
Yep.
You know.
God.
And that if the man's scary, he got to sit his ass back.
Right.
Okay, because we don't put that spirit around him.
Yeah. God. Yeah, man. Hey, so it's plenty more precepts, more scriptures, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, showing you that the Lord is a racist, that the Lord only cares about the Israelites, man. Can a brother grab Isaiah? What's that? 50.
Grab that, y'all. I'm gonna grab these off the common board.
Yep.
All right. Isaiah, Idaho.
You have to search it. The Redeemer.
Let me see.
I got Israel.
Okay. It's Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off.
Hey, this the spirit of the people in the world, man.
Yep.
They think that the things that we're prophesying about, you know, are far off, man. You know, just like I was watching Young Camp today, the brother Isaiah Idaho, the Edomite, you know, talking about, you know, they've been saying this for decades and decades and decades. That's the spirit of these motherfuckers walking around like zombies, man, talking about where's the promise of his coming, man.
Hey, but that's prophecy too.
That's prophecy, and it's
That-
beautiful.
Yep. Just a little increment of that is prophecy.
Right.
Okay.
The promises of his coming are in your fucking face, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so, 2 Ezra 9:1.
Yeah.
We're measuring the times diligently by the signs that we're getting in these last days, man.
Yeah.
Matthew 16:2 says, you can discern, you know,
Yeah.
whether it's going to rain or not.
Yeah.
Can you not discern the signs of the times? You know, the promise of his coming is in the fucking prophecies, man. We're seeing that he's getting ready to come. Okay, the scripture says, you know, his return is likened to a man that's in a, I can't think of it right now, but a man that's on a far journey, man.
Okay.
The water, bro.
And he had his men watch over that when he left.
Yep.
Which was his, you know, pretty much his palace. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they left him. He left him some duty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some heavy duty.
Right.
Okay.
He's on his way,
He's
man.
on a long journey right now.
Yep.
Okay.
He's getting close, man. He's getting close.
We continue on 28.
Yep.
Therefore said to them, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
Right.
But the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. And I'm going to read this real quick. Psalm chapter 132, verse 12. If thy children will keep my covenant and my testimony that I shall teach them, their children shall also sit upon thy throne forevermore. Verse 13, for the Lord Yahweh have chosen Zion, he hath desired it for his habitation. What
you got, bro?
This is my rest forever. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. Now, just make a switch over to this. Hey, we've never heard these scriptures in our life before. Okay, the Christian churches don't teach this. Catholic don't teach this. Baptists don't teach this. Okay, your average nigga Smo Joe on the street that know the thing, he know the Bible. The average prisoner, I'd have read the Bible back and forth. Just because you had time to read the Bible don't mean you understand it.
Right.
Okay, we know you've been locked up for 20 years. Okay, and you think you just know the Bible. See, that's the thing. You know what was it Philip? He said, how can I if a man don't teach me?
Yeah,
Roughly
right.
paraphrasing. So these things have to be accompanied by the Spirit, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. It has to be flowing. You could sit in prison for 20 years and read the whole Bible 30,000 times,
Right.
and still not understand it. Okay, but I wanted to say that because the brothers was talking about that on the way here. We never ever heard these scriptures, man.
Right.
Okay, you know, we never knew that we had enemies. We never knew we was Israel. Okay, the brothers brought out Obadiah 1. We never knew it was an Obadiah.
Yeah.
We never knew it was an Obadiah.
These pastors don't never touch on Obadiah, man.
No, man.
Obadiah got too much heat for that ass, man.
You know, so it's like, you know, it's crazy, man. The awakening, the bones becoming life again.
Yep.
You know, you can, man. There's so many scriptures that these Christians don't know.
Yep.
That when they come up, they gotta shut the fuck up because you hitting them with stuff that's in the Bible, New and Old Testament.
Yep.
It's like y'all arguing.
Nah, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful point, bro. I was just thinking about Ezekiel 37, man. You know that breath of life is being entered back into those bodies, man. All right, those bodies that were asleep. Okay.
Yeah.
In this damn what is that? Revelation 11.
Yeah.
Okay, those dead bodies are being raised back up, man.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why that fear is falling upon those that see those dead bodies being raised back up, man, because they were counted to be nothing, man. You got it, bro. You got it.
That go back into, you know, the only one that was prophesied in the Old Testament. The Lord was dealing with Israel for sure. But he hid his face from them.
Yep.
So what make you think that you gonna be of another nation and you gonna get your bones gonna get flesh on them? You gonna get the understanding of this.
Yeah.
There was a pause. The Lord, he hid his face from us.
Yeah, man.
So there was a time where he hid his face from us. So that came with all the blessings.
Yep.
He stripped that.
Yep.
You know, he took the wisdom, the
Yep.
knowledge, the understanding.
Yep.
Okay, he stripped it all away from us.
The heritage, everything.
So when he give it back, he ain't giving it back to no heathen.
Nah, man.
Dumbass.
That's why you see. That's why you see. This spiritual awakening happening amongst the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Yeah.
It's proven that we're the Lord's people, man. Okay. You got people that come from calling themselves niggas, Mexicans, all kind of these derogatory terms, man, to saying that they are the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, all professing and singing the same song, man, which comes in the form of this gospel, man. This is not no carnal shit, man. This is the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, being exercised here in these last days, man. This is a true awakening, man. Okay, this is a spiritual intervention, like I always say. And you know, the scripture says the natural man, you know, receiveth not the things of the spirit, man. These natural brute beasts, man. You know, these Christians, these damn people who are stuck on first base.
Israelites too.
Israelites too, man. You still got Israelites talking about what color is King David's sandals, man.
Yeah.
And that's just a you know, figurative speaking on Israelites being stuck on first base, man. Stuck on things that are not prevalent to salvation, man. You know, can other nations make it? You need to worry about if your ass is gonna make it or not, man.
Right.
All right, but not to get away from the point. Like we said, man, the Lord is a racist. These are things that we never learned, man. And the water, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Can a brother grab Baruch 2 and 30? You know?
What is that? Yeah, this thing I got you.
Nah, that's grab it real quick. That's you know, I knew they would not hear me.
Hear me, yeah. You got
What you got, bro?
This is Isaiah 50 and 20. And the Redeemer shall come.
59.
Oh, Slocky. Isaiah 59 and 20.
Yep.
And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn away from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh.
Hey, why it didn't say he will come to the world those of them, those that are in the world that turn from transgression? It's because he was sent to them, all right, to for the sins of Israel, man. Okay, Matthew 1 and 21. It tells you his mission right there, man. You know, he came forth to save his people. You know, not the sins of the world. If you still don't understand John 3:16, that's that first base that I was just speaking about. That's you know, worrying about what King David's sandals, what color his sandals is, man. Okay, you damn arguing with a nigga about John 3:16, and you don't see no damn heathens trying to get on dick. I ain't seen one heathen say, how do I damn start? Where do I get a garment from? Where do I get a 12 tribe chart from and start teaching? All right, but these are the people that Jake is damn foaming at the mouth, you know, losing sleep, trying to save, man. These devils don't give a damn about Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, what's that? Psalms 50 and 16. You know, to the wicked, the Lord say, "What hast thou have thou done to declare thy statutes in thy mouth, man?" So these devils shouldn't even be speaking this word, man, if they are true descendants of the other nations. Okay. Only those that are true Israelites, man, even if they look like the other nations, they're gonna be drawn to this word. They're gonna come into this truth. That's like that one guy that left GMS. You got people in the uproar talking about, see, GMS, they let Edomites in their camp. That dude was just a barred out Jake, man. You know, Edomite can't come into this thing, you know, be on the outside, you know, being proved, being vetted for 2 years or however long. Come into this truth, be diligent. You know, that was just a Jake that just fell away, man. You know, but the Lord is manifesting those that were never a part of us, man, from the beginning. You want to say something?
Yeah, like you said in the beginning, that, you know, David focused on color so much, color get him lost.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
That's why the scriptures say, judge righteous judgment.
Yep.
Judge not according to
Judge
the
not
flesh,
according to the flesh.
Yep. Not to appearance. And that also goes into you know, it was just a lesson not too long ago. The elder Benatazak did a lesson on. It was a lady. I think she was a Jehovah's Witness, or she was either talking about. I think she was talking about the relevances of Hebrew Israelites and Jehovah's Witnesses, the likenesses that they have together. And she was saying that, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses believe that the darker you are, the more cursed you are. And if you're an Israelite, that salvation is based upon your skin color. You're a fucking lie, man. We teach against that, man. You know, But we know that the people of the world, they're not going to understand. Neither are they going to try to understand where we're coming from. They're gonna paint these narratives and run with them, man. But it's all good because we standing firm in the 100% truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Once again, Tawada Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for bestowing this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding upon us. Tawada for the leaders that we have, man, which are the true leaders of Israel, man.
Yeah, because following the right man, you won't fall into a ditch.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. You know, it says get behind. Hey, either way, you're gonna get behind some. You're either gonna get behind a false prophet or you're gonna get behind the true man of the Lord.
Right.
Because it says, what about the true man of the Lord? When you see when you perceive that the knowledge of get behind him, grab his coattail,
Yeah.
and and that's the thing. You either gonna fall in the ditch because you're following a false leader, or you're gonna be on the right path.
Right.
You're gonna be destroyed if you following the
Yeah.
blind leader. But what's gonna happen if you following the leader that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have given the vision?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna be well, all right,
You're gonna
man.
be all right.
All right. The Lord say He for some He gave apostles, prophets, roughly paraphrasing, for the perfecting of the saints, man.
And that's why Apostle Paul said, I would love to be up, roughly paraphrasing, I would love to be up with the Lord, but for your sakes, meaning I got to teach y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
He said, I got to teach y'all, so for y'all sakes, I got to be here for y'all and teach y'all.
Right.
Okay, he was a leader. But the Asiala, Idaho, he said, got vocab bugging out more and more going to London. And that's the spirit we were just talking about.
Yep.
We were literally just watching that video.
Yeah, God, watching it. Yeah, not talking. Yeah, watching.
Yeah, we were literally just watching that video. Then the spirit jumped on brothers. Said, let's do a transit, man.
God.
But hey, man, that's what it is, man. The word is fucking these devils up, and that's the beautiful thing about it is because we don't have to lay a finger on them, man. All right, the Lord say, because you speak this word, I will make the words in thy mouth as fire, man, and these people would, and it's burning their asses up, man.
Yeah.
All right, but we almost to our destination. Any brother got any closed precepts? Anything else on the coming board?
That's it over here.
We gonna close it on out, man. We made it to Orlando. The Water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Finna go and congregate fellowship with the Akim, man. Hey, the water for tuning in. The water for your precepts.
The water.
Hey, see you brothers and you sisters on the next lesson, Lord willing. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Till next time we say Shalom. Wa Abba. Shalom,
Shalom.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Shalom.